It's Thursday, October 15th. Todd Miller here. I've got a quick tactic and strategy for you if you're a buyer out there. You want to have a little more success getting a property. It's something that you can do you're probably not aware of. Matter of fact, your agent probably isn't even hasn't even used this before. It's something called a buyer-broker agreement. You're probably scratching your head going, wait a minute, I'm going to agree to hire an agent and that's going to get me a property somehow better? Well, yeah, it actually may, and this is why. You probably realize that the real estate agent is incentivized to find a house for a client because they get a commission for the sale of the house. And the realtors have to prioritize who they work with. And most agents that are working with buyers have what they call like their A list, their B list, and so on. If you're one of those buyers who's running around with a real estate agent and you don't have something in writing between them, you're probably on their B or C list, no matter how hot of a buyer you are, how many times they've shown you houses, you're paying cash, whatever. You know, until you commit to them in writing, hey, I want to work with you exclusively, and they can count on you not running off to another agent, then you know, they may not be that committed to you. So one of the things you can do is ask your agent, hey, I want to go ahead and put this in writing so you know I'm committed to you and I know you're spending your time. This will allow you to hold them accountable to doing that. Additionally, this is going to help resolve conflicts. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have there's a listing and you're writing an offer on it. And let's say that same agent is writing another offer with another buyer on the same property. Well, clearly you could be at a huge disadvantage because that agent may be telling the other person to beat your offer if they're one of their A buyers, or they may just say, well, I'm just going to get as many people to write offers on this property as possible so I can make a commission. One of the things you can have in that agreement, that buyer-broker agreement, is that you can restrict your agent from doing that. You can say, look, if we write an offer on a property, you don't write offers or can't represent any other buyers on that property, and that protects you. You're probably wondering, hey, wait a minute, but doesn't this mean I have to work with that agent? Well, you do. However, then your agent has to be focused on you and has to help you. Now, if you want some flexibility, have a clause written in there stating, I agree that any house the agent shows me that they can represent me, but I can fire them at any time and move on, and that's something you can do too. The other thing you're probably wondering is, does this mean I have to pay the agent a commission out of my pocket? Well, not necessarily. One of the things you can do is have written in your agreement with your agent that the commission is going to be whatever the MLS is dictating. So if the MLS is saying it's 2.5%, or it's 5%, or it's $1,000, or whatever the fees are, that's all the agent's going to get. There may be some minimum that the office charges, and then you can negotiate that with your agent. It's probably something that's going to surprise your agent when you ask to go ahead and get something like that in writing. It's just called a buyer-broker agreement. It's good for you. It does protect you. It does give you, the buyer, some conflict resolution. It is going to put you higher up on that agent's priority list of finding a home. There's no cost to you. There's not going to be a big commitment to you if you have it written up right. As always, if you're concerned about the legalities of it, I recommend taking the contract to an attorney, having him review it. Most of the buyer-broker agreements that are used all over the country have been looked at by the Association of Realtors and by attorneys, but in their pre-printed forms, you just fill in the blanks. If you have questions about it, talk it over with your agent, talk to an attorney. It's definitely a good tool to use. Real estate agents, this message is for you. Every single buyer you work with, you ought to present the buyer-broker agreement and ask them to commit to you in writing to work with you exclusively. That way you'll be able to determine which buyers are legitimate and which buyers are probably wasting your time. That's my update for today. I'm going to be out all weekend hitting REO houses and taking videos, and I'll have those posted over the weekend. Hope everybody has a great day, and thanks for watching this.